Welcome to the Books and Music Review Show. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but that will be solved in one moment. Glad you, and I'm not even on air. Hello. Let's switch your camera. You can watch us on Saturdays, usually at 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. We're a daytime show. Okay. Hey, Anngeannette. Our guest today is Anngeannette.
Yes.
And any mistakes that happen today are totally my fault because it's one of those days. Anngeannette, hi. I asked Anngeannette to come in. We were going to do a show about race, and in the last moment, probably like about a day or so, I changed the topic because I had to for personal reasons.
Okay.
Having nothing at all to do with race. I'll explain that to you another time. First, we get his stuff out. First, as I offer some guests when I remember, lollipops. Would you like one?
I will take one later.
Okay, you can read the ingredients. They're excellent. They got sugar in them.
I just saw it.
They do have
Organic
sugar.
Pops.
Oh, they're the best. Okay, so today I have a little book to remind me what we're supposed to talk about or what we're going to talk about, which I didn't tell Anngeannette what we're going to talk about, the new topic. First, did I set the... I did set the timer. Look at that.
Yes, you did.
I have a thing. I always forget to set the timer. Okay, so I set the timer. Next thing, press record. I did that.
Yes.
Set the timer again in case I forgot. Okay, now that all the fun stuff is over, and I hope that shows up. I know your levels are good. I want to talk about something serious.
Sure.
Because, and the reason I want, oh no, don't tell me I didn't bring it. The reason I want to talk about something serious, do not tell me I left that at home. You thought it was the Royals, right? No, not the Royals. That's not the serious thing. I'm hoping, even if it's not in here, I'm going to talk, there it is. Okay, I got it. I got it. Have you ever read the book called The Gift of Fear?
No, never did.
Out of this world. Because I'll tell you, I've read practically all the books on domestic violence and on violence. And there are, like everybody and everybody's uncle has written a book on domestic violence.
That's correct, yes.
But I read this one, and this is the only one you need.
Really?
Because it's not about domestic violence.
Oh, what it's about?
It's about violence in all forms. It's about workplace violence. It's about
wow.
stalking. Each chapter is different. It's about, I just took part of the book with me. It's a, 300 or 400 page book. I took the important part with me because I wanted to read something that's really important. Because lately, in the news we've been talking about, they've been doing a lot about gun violence.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Every time somebody gets shot or at any time there's like what they call a massacre or mass violence, the first thing all the politicians do is like, let's get rid of the guns. Mm. And do you have an opinion on gun control or anything related to gun? Like, what do you think? You think we should get rid of all the guns, or should people be entitled to have guns?
Well, I think people should be entitled to have guns, except for those that are a bit psychotic, or they grew up with a mom or dad or siblings who are a bit psychotic. Because, and you also have people tested. You should. Because everyone in this world doesn't deserve a gun.
Okay.
The guns should stay in law enforcement's hands, of course. Because we are the ones who are basically controlling.
Oh. Did I forget to put the disclaimer on? Did I put the disclaimer on at the beginning?
Put it on again.
Okay, sorry. Like I said, all mistakes are mine. I take full responsibility. I can't remember if I did or not.
I don't think you did.
I think I did.
Let me see.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to put it on. Oh, yeah, I think we did.
Oh, yes, you did.
We did, okay.
Yes, you did. Yay.
So I take that apology back.
Yes.
We did it. Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay. Coming from a background of law enforcement, because I'm a retired detective
Okay.
from NYPD. I've done,
Wait.
yes.
A retired detective wrote this book.
Really?
Yes, go ahead.
Wow. I've worked for NYPD for 21 years, and I think, with us, with my background and other law enforcement officers, they are basically entitled to have the gun, so they
So
could
dumb question. So you had a gun.
still have a gun.
Okay, so you're a peace officer? Or, well, you're a
I'm s-
retired peace officer
I'm a
status.
retired detective
Okay,
status.
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether I retired as a detective or whatever. I'm always on duty. That's
Okay.
what they told us.
Wait a minute, hold up. Are you sitting here with a gun?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't bring my gun today. No,
I'm
I
a-
did not.
You know, it's really funny because I am totally, my opinion is there is enough gun control in this world. There's enough. We have enough laws. And I'm like, if you just use your common senses, like the ones that murder and the ones that are going to go out and kill people, like the criminals, the murderers, the muggers, the rapists, all the criminals who are going to use a gun against somebody to harm someone, don't obey the law.
That's so true.
So what is the gun control law going to do for that? Nothing. But anyway,
But we need to come up with some sort of system.
got the solution.
What's the solution?
I'm telling you, this is a good book. Retired, I'm serious. This is a good book.
And how
Here's-
many pages?
It's about 400 pages.
Okay, so
I
you took
tore this
you
out.
took a snippet.
400
of his
pages
book.
because I carry a lot of stuff. I don't want to carry the whole
Okay.
book. I've already read it a few times, and when I see it at garage sales, I buy it to give it away.
Okay.
It was written in 1997. It's still in the
Wow.
libraries. It's still, you can go to the bookstore and find it on the
it
shelf.
might be a very good book then, like you said.
Oh, it definitely is. Okay, so here's part of a solution, which I think is a tremendous solution, which none of the politicians or the people or the protesters ever have mentioned this solution. And this really is, I'll read in his words.
Okay.
The solution to, well, you know, a lot of the argument is like, you know, kids get killed with guns.
Right, of course.
Other kids kill kids, like just little kids, toddlers find a gun in the house.
Let me tell you,
And-
a bullet does not have a name on it.
Right. So we should put a name on the gun. So here's what he says.
Exactly.
Gun locks are available at gun stores and many sporting goods stores. Though not marketed specifically for guns, many types of padlocks can be placed through the trigger guard behind the trigger of revolvers. Here's one that I like, an excellent one. It's called the Sesame Lock, the Corbin Sesame Lock. What that does is, an advantage of this lock is, if the gun is found by an intruder and aimed at you, the lock is clearly visible to you on the gun. The Corbin
Okay.
Sesame Lock allows the buyer to program his or own combination, making rapid removal easy if one knows the combination. So you got a combination
So-
lock on the gun. You can, if it's found by an intruder and aimed at you, the lock is clearly visible, so you know what it is.
Okay.
Have you
Sure.
ever had an experience of having a gun pointed at you with a lock?
No, never any experience with the gun pointed at me with the lock. And here's my reason behind that, because I don't think an officer of any type of law would be able to get to their gun quick enough by taking the locks.
Oh,
off
I'm not talking
that
about for
gun.
offices. I don't think he's talking about for offices.
he
I'm
talking
talking
about
guns.
civilians?
I'm talking about saving the kids that find the gun in the house.
Okay, then that's different.
I'm talking
Then
about
that's different.
like intruders coming in and finding your gun. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about offices. Offices need their guns.
Right. Okay, then that's different. If a child finds their parents' guns or anybody type guns, because, you know, and they put the lock on, I understand that. Okay, that's true. And that's a good source of boundaries where they can go by and not be able to shoot anyone because that lock is on there. That mechanism is on there. But what if they found the brother's gun or the sister's gun in the house? You understand? The brother's
So the
who's
kid in
troubled-
the house finds his brother's gun.
Who's
You mean
troubled child.
an illegal gun or a legal gun?
An illegal gun.
Illegal
you know,
gun.
and then
Ah.
he takes that gun and takes it to school. Then what? You know, there's no trigger guard on there.
So gun
There's
control
nothing.
laws wouldn't help that either, though.
Exactly. It would not. You understand? So that's a little bit shaky ground.
In fact, most of the guns that are committed, most of the crimes that are committed with the guns are usually, they're all illegal guns.
Right, exactly.
Or stolen guns.
Or stolen. You know?
Even
and
the one where the kid stole his mom's gun.
that's a very good concept, though, for the
Yeah.
parents to have on their guns when they store it somewhere. And, you know, the kid finds it and they know that they can't pull the trigger. But my thing is, what if it's their brother's gun who's bad, or the sister's gun who's holding it for her boyfriend.
Exactly.
You
Okay,
understand?
so here's another part of the book that I love. This is the end of the book. The whole book is like each chapter is separate.
Okay.
The chapter on stalking is very, very good. The
Okay.
chapter on workplace violence, very good. But this part I love. I love something that gives you the solutions. Questions.
And what's that part?
And this chapter is questions for your child's school. Now everybody's
Okay.
concerned about guns in the school and people getting in. So these are the questions that you have to ask about your child's school, and they're very good questions. They're probably questions
That's a lot
most
of questions,
parents
yeah.
don't, most parents don't. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Gavin. So he wrote this book called The Gift of Fear.
Okay.
True fear is a gift. Unwarranted fear is a curse. And learn how to tell the difference. A date won't take no for an answer. The new nanny gives a mother an uneasy feeling. A stranger in a deserted parking lot offers
Of course.
unsolicited help, and that's a key one.
Yes.
The threat of violence surrounds us every day, but we can protect ourselves by learning to trust and act on our gut instincts. And that's the whole point of the book, is your gut instinct. Usually your gut instinct, and you should know that as a retired
course,
detective,
yes.
your gut instinct, usually that's correct. It's-
Yes, definitely.
So it's a how-to book that reads like a thriller, and I'll tell you why it reads like a thriller, provocative and empowering. When I first got this book, it was way back in the 90s, when it was first written. And you know
Wow.
why I got it? I am into books. But Oprah came in, and she started her show, and she said, "This book will save your life." And I looked at it, I'm like sitting at home watching this, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, that's a big statement.
Yes, it is a
can
big
save your
statement.
life. But I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I didn't want to go out and spend money on the book, so I went to the library and I got the book out. And I started reading it, and I remember when she said, yeah, I don't think so. And I'm reading it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. And then I'm reading it, and I'm like, this book will save someone's life.
You know
For
what?
real. For real.
Okay.
It might save it in a week, but it might save it 10 years from now. But this book, well, the whole book, will save a life. Go ahead.
Well,
While you're talking, you can address our audience. I'm going to go put your name on the screen because I got to go do that.
Okay. Well,
ahead.
you know, I appreciate you liking that book and everything, because it was written by a detective, which is really, really a great thing. But with you being a civilian out there, meaning someone that's not in a law enforcement agency or business and so forth, like myself, you would definitely know that that book is a great book as far as saving lives, which I agree with some points in there. Some pointers are really good. But with me being in law enforcement business, I will find some flaws in there too.
Ah, some flaws. But
Yeah,
see,
I
the
would.
thing is,
That's the thing, see?
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yes.
But the thing is, all you know about the book is what I've said.
No, that's all you had to say. That little
And-
snippet about the book with the locks on it.
Oh, that's
found-
the appendix and all. That's
right.
not the story.
But that's what I find a little bit, certain flaws
Yeah, a
in it
little
and so forth.
snippet.
So yeah, a little snippet. That's all you need, because like I said, someone with a law enforcement background,
Wait a minute.
we see things a little differently than a civilian person would see it. You understand? Someone
Okay.
that's not in the law enforcement environment.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So I lost my train of thought because
But I think the book is a good book. I think it is, because I'm sure I'll be able to learn different things from there.
I think, you know what? I think since this book will save your life, I think everybody should read this book.
You
It
heard
will
it- you
save
heard
your
it
life.
first from her.
It will save your life. Yeah, it'll save your life. Very interesting stories. When
Yeah.
I first got it in the 90s, I started to read it, and this is a disclaimer for all you who are going to get the book out of the library or whatever. There were chapters I couldn't read. I couldn't. I'm
Okay.
just like, and normally I'd be like, no, yeah. I'm like, I'll just skip over that chapter.
Okay.
And you can do that. That's the good part. You don't have to read the chapter about serial killers.
Right. Okay.
You don't have to read about, suppose you're just interested in stalking, not in
Right,
stalking, in
stalking.
preventing stalking.
Yes, domestic violence.
You go to that chapter
or
and you read the others.
the gun locks.
Yeah.
So,
So-
protecting the children. I'm sure he has something in there.
Protecting the children. Okay. So that goes, I need a lollipop.
I
So
have
you
mine.
took one and you didn't eat it. I know she don't want to eat a
Not yet,
lollipop on
not
air,
yet.
but you know what? I got the watermelon one. Okay, so it's pomegranate, lemon. And there
Because
is
she's
one
eating
more.
one, I guess I'll eat
I
one
love
too.
watermelon, so I'm like, yeah, since I'm eating one.
I'll
See,
eat
but
mine too.
I'm going to go and, did I put your
See,
name
world,
on the
look at me.
None of that.
I know.
None of that. Okay. So what advice, since you were a detective, I'm sure you have advice, just real quick, because I have a lot of questions, so we got to do this fairly quickly. We've got 12 minutes.
Yeah.
What advice would you give children and teens who are presently being bullied?
Teens and children who are presently being bullied,
Right.
they first have to tell someone.
And I'm going to put you under the camera because I see the side of your head there. I'm going to switch you. I'm going to switch you. Hold
Okay.
on. Go ahead. Teens who are being
First,
bullied.
I think they have to tell someone. Inform your teachers. Inform your parents. Inform your fellow students that this person is bullying you, whether it be by them taking your money, your school money, or just picking on you in general. You must inform someone. Someone has to be notified in regards to your child being bullied in school. So all kids, if you're ever being bullied, inform someone. Tell someone. Let them know that this person is bullying you. Then you have to go out and make it known to other people. You understand? Other than informing your parents or your teacher, because you know your parents going to come in there headstrong. You're bullying my child. You know this. You don't do this. Da da da. Whatever. But they have to. Someone has to be informed. You got to move in some more. Move in this way.
I'm just going to, you just talk.
No,
all
you got to
this.
move in this way because you're asking me questions. You got to be seen.
I'm going to be half on air and half. There you
Yes.
go. No, I'm going to be.
You have to let someone know, really,
Go ahead.
truly be in. You have to let someone know. And I found out that there was a school of kids being bullied, and they
A school?
a school of kids being bullied,
Where?
but they invented an app.
Where is the school?
I can't remember where, but
Okay.
they invented an app
Okay.
where if they're being bullied
Uh-huh.
and they informed other people that they're being bullied, but nothing's happened,
Mm-hmm.
they put it into the app, and that informs law enforcement agencies and other people outside of their school, and they come to the school and help them, which is a really good app.
Wait a minute.
If I remember
don't-
that app.
I'm not so sure that's a good app, though, but if that informs law enforcement.
No, it informs
In
the
other
law
words, they
enforcement.
come to the school to give a talk about bullying?
Right, exactly.
Oh,
And
okay.
inform the students, you know, you don't do this, and the kids are anonymous, meaning they don't know who
Oh,
did
okay,
it.
okay.
You understand? They don't know who did
Now
it.
that's a good app.
Yeah, it's a very good app.
What kind
I
of app
love
is
that
it?
app.
What's it called? Bully app?
I think
Anti-bully
it's
app?
anti-bully, whatever, but it's
I like that.
look it up. And it's
Okay,
an
next
app.
question, which is totally unrelated. It's
Okay, go
Books and
ahead.
Music Review Show. How has God helped you the most in your life?
God has saved me throughout my life in numerous situations. I mean, countless situations. God and Jesus, that's who I praise every time at the end of my show.
Jesus is God, yeah.
And throughout the day and when I wake up in the morning, they saved me countless. I've never told anyone this, but first time you're hearing about this world.
Okay.
Okay, when I was younger, say about 11 years old,
Okay.
you understand? When I was younger, you know, I had a certain family member who was into dealing with the bad things, dealing
Okay.
with drugs and so forth. And that person left a gun in the closet.
Ouch. Pardon me.
This is the first time you guys hearing this. Left the gun in the closet. And me being so young, like most kids playing with the guns, I picked it up.
Oh, no.
I held it in my hand. I went like this. And I went like this with the gun and all over. And I spun it with my finger.
Wow.
And then I pointed it at the closet and I fired it and went pow.
Uh-oh.
This is when I was younger, 10, 11 years old. God saved me from that bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
God and Jesus, they both saved me
Yeah.
from that bullet because they said there's something
And I hope you
greater
always
for
remember that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I will
that's
always remember that.
unbelievable.
It
Yeah.
is. It really is.
I actually was saved by it. Not the fake bullet. We were sitting around the table with my dad and my uncle and everybody, and my dad, he collected rifles and guns and stuff like that. All legal, all registered and all. We were just sitting around the table having a dinner with somebody, 5 or 6 or 7 people. I'm sitting next to the guy, the neighbor guy, and my dad's sitting there.
Okay.
And my dad's got like a BB gun. Just a BB gun, you know. That really can't hurt anybody. Well, unless you get in the eye
Of course.
or in the
Oh,
brain.
gosh.
So his neighbor says, he looks at him, he goes like, hey, is it loaded? My dad goes, no. And immediately I'm thinking, you're going to take his word? Like, don't take his word. You never take anybody's word if the
That's
gun
true.
is loaded or
Yes.
not. You don't say, is the gun loaded? You don't take their word.
Oh my God.
I'm
Tell me
sitting
what
next to the
happened.
guy. He's sitting here. Dad's sitting there. Everybody's sitting there. Takes the gun, picks it up, and points it at the clock. Wow. Something just
It
occurred
went
to
off.
me. Something just occurred to me. Yeah, he shot the clock. And when that clock smashed, I was like, oh, thank you, God, like,
Yes.
that he didn't point it in anybody's face who was at the table.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
And of course, then my father realized, oh, it was loaded.
And that's why I said what I said earlier, because,
Yeah.
you know, someone could get a brother, uncle, friend, whatever gun, kid, you know, not knowing what
Yep.
it is and what's it
The
about.
neighbors, it's just gonna,
Yeah.
play and and the thing is, I'm thinking now, years later, I didn't think it then. I'm like, but if you thought it wasn't loaded, why are you playing with
Why
a
are you
gun
playing
anyway?
with the gun?
Why are you playing with a gun? You don't play with guns. He was not a gun owner.
And
I happen to
he's
think
an
that
adult.
gun owners are
That's
more serious.
horrible. He's an adult.
Yeah.
That
So
was
that's
horrible.
a story. It's like, yes, my face was saved. I was not. Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I had many situations.
You're really into God, right?
Yes, I am.
You think you know God?
I think I know God well enough, yes.
Good. I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
It's a question I've answered, which I know the answer for me anyway. You remember Libby,
Okay.
little boy? He was, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old, a little Jewish boy in Borough Park.
Okay.
I don't know if you're that old, but it's happened quite a number of years ago. And so the guy kidnapped him. He was walking home from school, a guy kidnapped him.
From Borough Park. Okay.
Yeah. He was just walking home from school, cutest little kid. And they, the guy, he murdered him. Murdered him, cut him up, and they did catch the guy. But many people were saying, where was God for Libby? Where was God for Libby? Where is God for all the children who are being killed and murdered? Where is
Okay.
God?
This is
I don't doubt God. I know God
I
is
know
there.
I know God was there. He was there.
Yeah.
And he tried to protect the child the best way he can. But when we're born, if you don't know this, you should know this. We're all stamped with a
Can we?
number. We're all stamped with a number on our head. We are. Every single one of us that's born in this world is stamped with a number on our head. And when it's your time, it's your time. Because God probably needed Libby back up there with him as one of his angels to help other people
That's
find
an
out different
interesting
ways.
concept.
Yes. And it was Levy's time. God needed him up there, gave him 6 years on this earth. And his stamp was up, and he needed him up there in heaven again. When it's your time, it's your time.
So you have grandchildren?
Yes, I do.
A plural or a singular?
Grandchildren,
So you have girls?
a girl and a boy. Yeah.
So I think since you're informed about a lot of things, you should be informed about AHG. Have you ever heard of AHG?
AHG.
American Heritage Girls.
Okay, I've heard about it.
Yeah, do you know if there's not any in Staten Island? I haven't seen any.
That's true, and that's why some people we need to start some sort of girls
Yeah.
thing out here, because there's not a lot of different girls
Here's
groups
the
or,
thing.
or anything pertaining to girls.
American Heritage Girls, I don't know why they formed, but it's kind of like, I can't say they're kind of like the Girl Scouts.
Yes, they are.
But they're American Heritage Girls, but they're not going into all the social things that the Girl Scouts are going into.
Right.
They're not connecting with Planned Parenthood.
Right.
And they're not, it's just American Heritage Girls, and they're for everyone, no matter what religion you're in.
No race.
No matter what, right?
No race, no religion,
Everybody's
no nothing. Everyone is
welcome.
welcome.
You're a
And I
girl,
think-
you're welcome.
Right, and I think that's something that people should really get involved with.
Yeah.
Even if it's AHG or anything out there, it doesn't have to be Girl Scouts or whatever. But
I used to be a cadet. What were you when you were younger? Did
I
you
was
join
cadet.
something?
I was cadet. I was
Order used to call us the
ROTC.
seaweeds.
Let me tell you, the
Ah.
military uniforms fascinated me because that's what I grew up with. My father was always in the Navy. always.
I heard you say that somewhere else,
Yes.
but it's not really about the uniform.
No,
it's about the
it's
heart.
about the heart
that's
that they
in the
give
uniform.
with. Right, exactly.
Wait,
Thank
we only
you.
got 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, I got a book here that I really like. Oh, we didn't talk about your book.
Oh, I
Let me-
just want
hand
to
me
talk
your-
about my
let me
book.
ha-
Here you go.
Hand me your book. I did not get to read your book. Okay, she wrote a book called The Navigator.
Yes.
But you're telling me it's like scary. I don't read
It
scary
is.
books, but
It's
it's
a
a scary
scientific.
book.
It's a scary book because I mean it's a really good book too.
Okay, so
As I
it's The
stated-
Navigator by Anngeannette Pinkston.
Yes.
There it is.
It's
And
on
I didn't see your
Amazon.
Sky
It's at
magazine.
Barnes and Noble.
October
It's-
2018.
Yes. That's,
Did you produce any after this, or is this your first?
yes. No, that's not my first. I started this in 2014.
What is this about? Is this all about fashion and things like that?
No, it's about famous people, entrepreneurs.
Ah,
It's-
famous people.
Yes, famous people, people that are not famous,
Okay.
because we want to find out who you are. It's basically about
Okay.
aspiring people like you guys out there. I know
Sky
there's a lot of
magazine.
aspiring
Okay, I have
people
not
out
seen.
there.
It's the first time I'm seeing it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I seen it on a video. You showed it on a video.
Okay.
Hold that. Hold the Navigator.
Okay.
I can't believe it got 3 minutes and I didn't.
Oh my gosh.
I got to throw a book here too. With the lollipop in my mouth. So where's the book? It's just that I know if the kids are watching or teens, whatever.
What's that book?
Library. Every Monday matters.
Hmm.
Every Monday
I
matters.
love Mondays. It's true.
Every Monday matters.
Even though
I
Sunday begins the
have a
the
challenge
week, but
for you.
I love Mondays too.
I want you to open this up to any page without looking.
Okay.
Put your
and-
finger on a page,
and
and then
do
I want
what?
you to read it while I go put something on the
Okay.
screen.
Will do.
Don't peek. Just open it
I'm
to any
not.
page. And read the 1, 2, 3 or whatever you can do. Every Monday matters.
Okay. Monday gets expressive. Everyone has a story, and everyone's story is unique, which is true. I find that to be true. It's our stories that makes us who we are today. Yes, because it is our title and experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly ones. Okay, I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
That shape our beliefs and feelings about ourselves, others, and humanity at large. Everyone does have a story, and everyone does have a belief. I truly believe this. But the question we need to answer is whether we have allowed people to really know our stories. Have we? What do you guys think? Have we really allowed people to know who we are? Not many, because a lot of people like to keep the good in front, and they keep the bad hidden. Do we let people in far enough, or do we dodge, and whether or not we waste our time and our way through life with only the masks? And that's what it is. That's what I meant by saying that people only hide the bad of them, and they keep the good appearance in your face, because people put on masks, and that's very true.
Even when it's not
about-
Halloween.
Right, exactly. It's so true. People
That-
do put on masks, and I love this. Monday gets,
We all got to do a
Expressive.
Monday. Monday gets expressive. I like that.
I like that too.
I like the pictures too.
I love it.
30 seconds.
Wow.
So, what's the best thing that God did for you this year? 20 seconds.
God allowed me to retire. God woke me up this morning. God allowed me to appear on your show. God allowed me to drive here safely from home without any incidents. God allowed me to do the many things that I dream of doing without any faults. And
5
there are
minutes,
some
5
too.
seconds.
But I love God for everything that he does for me. Thank you, Lord and Jesus.